your ears open. Follow any shouts for help.
Help! I can't get out! The door's blocked!
Clear the rubble!
Thank the Eight. I thought that was my grave.
Don't underestimate us. You're safe now. Go join your family.
Thorilin, you're alive!
Baragon! I had no idea the ground would shake so violently when I asked Baragon to meet me here. Nature is nothing if not unpredictable. I also didn't expect him to bring a guest. So, who are you, friend of Baragon? Helping people in dangerous situations sounds just like Baragon. Can't fault him for accepting help. I asked him to join me in Ostermere because I found something amazing. Miraculous, even. He needs to see it for himself. No. The only way Baragon can understand this discovery is by experiencing it himself. How about we all see it together? It's down in the Ayleid ruins nearby. I'll show you both. It truly is remarkable. Baragon's an old friend. He'll appreciate my discovery. I hope you do as well. The ruins are to the southeast of the village. Meet me outside the entrance when you finish helping survivors. I can't wait for Baragon to see what I found. In addition to being a green speaker, I study Ayleids and the history of the wild elves for the University of Gwylem. The nearby ruins called out to me the moment I noticed them. And what I discovered... No, you really must see it. Why wouldn't I be? All Bosmer can trace their lineage directly to the ancient Ayleids. Well, almost all. This history surprises many people and can be controversial, but my research definitively shows that we're the inheritors of that legacy. A disgusting bigotry toward Bosmer pervades scholars from other cultures. To them, we're not worthy of such a noble ancestry. But plainly, they're wrong. You should read my book. It contains all the evidence needed to persuade any doubter. Green speakers are a vital part of any Bosmer community, and I cherish my role. Shaping the green is an art. It involves merging my voice with the song of nature and guiding how things grow. We don't control nature. Instead, we have a conversation. Did Baragon tell you that? No, ordinary green speaking can't manipulate something as large as this new forest, and certainly not as fast as it appeared. Beyond that, I'd rather not speculate. It goes against my training as a researcher. We grew up together. He started on a path of warrior and hunter, while I trained as a green speaker. He had an interest in scholarly pursuits as well, and we bonded over shared studies. He became a good friend.
These creatures only exist in the Dawnwood. They look so strange.
The vines won't let me go! Thanks. Even the plants want to kill me.
My sister's trapped! We need help! It hurts so much, sister. I know, little bug. Please, help me move this. Thank you. I'm never coming back here.
Sorrelin wants to meet at the ruins east of here. Let's go. I don't see Greenspeaker Sorrelin. Wait, a body on the ground. They're wearing recollection gear. Grab that note. Wildburn seed? Not sure what that could be, but the handwriting at the bottom. The handwriting at the bottom of the note is definitely Sorrelin's. Running into ruins alone is just like her. But I didn't expect the recollection to be here. She's heading into more danger than she realizes. I've never heard of a seed, but the Wood Elves of Vashabar use Wildburn to refer to the strange blight along the edge of the New Forest. Worry about that later. Let's focus on finding Greenspeaker Sorrelin before she runs afoul of the recollection. The recollection consists mostly of Wood Elves, fanatics to a cause I haven't quite pinned down yet. If there are more of them in there, we'll probably need to fight. Come on, let's head into the ruins and find Greenspeaker Sorrelin. Just that it's what the Wood Elves of Vashabar call the narrow band of devastation that runs along the northern edge of the New Forest. It separates the rest of Westweald from Dawnwood. I'm not sure what a Wildburn seed is, but I plan to find out. Some sort of cult made up mostly of disgruntled Wood Elves. Seems to have a connection to the ancient aliens, but I don't have all the details yet. That's why I am out here adventuring again. I want to figure out who they are and what they're up to. Those vines, that's the entrance to the ruins. Let's find Sorrelin first, friend. Sorrelin's up ahead. What's she looking at?
Do you feel it, Baragon? The grandeur of our history.
You're right. These ruins are incredible.
Do you feel it? The power of the Ayleids pervades this place. Millennia separate us from the Heartland High Elves, but I can feel their legacy flowing through my blood. It pains me to see their glory buried in these ruins. This was all for Baragon's benefit. You're just an unintended spectator. I brought Baragon here to remind him of his Ayleid heritage. The recollection remembers their past. This land belonged to the Ayleids, and we Bosmer are their rightful heirs. Not at all, but some of their beliefs match my own. All that aside, I wanted to show Baragon what I found. A new type of seed. It's similar to what we Greenspeakers use to grow and shape tree villages, but different. It thrums with unique potential. Bug shells! Surprise ruined! I wanted to show him the wild burn seed. Talk to him, discuss the recollection, both the good points and the bad. I suppose he'll want to take the seed before the recollection does. I suggest you hurry. They're close. The wild burn seed grows deep in the ruins. I suggest we split up. I'll lead the recollection on a merry chase while you and Baragon find the seed. And don't worry, I'm sure we'll meet up along the way. And Baragon, remember your history. This style of architecture dates back to the late Merethic era. It combines majesty with practicality, so probably a place for Daedra worship and training. These Ayleids seem to have been particularly fond of someone they called the Prince of Paths. As I said, I plan to keep some of their attention on me instead of you. After that, well, I'm very stealthy. I have no doubt I can elude their patrols. And if I do get into trouble, I'm sure you and Baragon will come to my rescue.
Sorrelin has a point. These ruins are too wondrous to let sit forgotten.
Don't mess with a street kid.
Look, Greenspeaker Sorrelin, up on the walkway.
Snap out of it, come on! The Colovians built atop our heritage! They buried it all!
That's how it works, Sorrelin. The new replaces the old.
I thought I could convince you that we'd find the wild birds together!
What? Sorrelin, come back! Now she's up on the ledge.
Join me, Baragon! The resurrection needs wood elves like you! We can finally claim our rightful inheritance!
You're with the recollection? Cracked acorns, what are you thinking? Follow her! Blight and root rot! How could Sorrelin join the recollection? They're murderers! Those doors. Let's try there. We need to find that seed. Sorrelin, talk to me! I can't let you take that seed!
I won't fight you, Baragon. There are other seeds than these.
I'll go after her. Grab the seed and follow after me! displaced families aren't justice!
We've been friends forever! Why won't you trust me?
The recollection destroyed this village! Who knows what other harm the rapid growth caused?
I thought you'd
I couldn't catch her. I've known Sorelin for almost my whole life. I cared about her, considered her a friend, perhaps more. Why didn't I see that she had been taken in by the recollection? Maybe I could have done something. Blight, this hurts. She always claimed Ayleid land belonged to the Wood Elves, but that was purely academic before. Sounds like the recollection promised to make it real. Could be why they wanted the Wildburn seed. Speaking of which, did you get it? I've never seen a seed like this before. It feels wrong. You're working with Leramil, right? She needs to know what we discovered here. Meet us back in Skingrad. I have a townhouse there. Oh, and take this. You more than deserve it for helping me. Sure, my lifelong friend joined a violent cult, but you and I actually did some real good today. We saved people in Ostermere and kept this seed away from the recollection. When you're ready, meet Leramil and me at my townhouse in Skingrad. I'm not sure. They certainly spout rhetoric that matches many of her closely held beliefs. I thought those beliefs were simply musings, but the recollection seeks to put them into deadly practice. Be sure, when next we meet, I plan to ask her why. I have little experience with either, so any speculation is merely a guess. If Ostermere was truly the epicenter of the new forest growth, the land there could simply be unstable. Or perhaps Ifrei shook the ground to warn us and get our attention. I'm not sure. They certainly spout rhetoric that matches many of her closely held beliefs. I thought those beliefs were simply musings, but the recollection seeks to put them into deadly practice. Be sure, when next we meet, I plan to ask her why. I have little experience with either, so any speculation is merely a guess. If Ostermere was truly the epicenter of the new forest growth, the land there could simply be unstable. Or perhaps Ifrei shook the ground to warn us and get our attention. I'm not sure. They certainly spout rhetoric that matches many of her closely held beliefs. I thought those beliefs were simply musings, but the recollection seeks to put them into deadly practice. Be sure, when next we meet, I plan to ask her why. I have little experience with either, so any speculation is merely a guess. If Ostermere was truly the epicenter of the new forest growth, the land there could simply be unstable. Or perhaps Ifrei shook the ground to warn us and get our attention. I'm not sure. They certainly spout rhetoric that matches many of her closely held beliefs. I thought those beliefs were simply musings, but the recollection seeks to put them into deadly practice. Be sure, when next we meet, I plan to ask her why.
You aren't another rogue come to take what's left. Oh, Julianus be praised. A friendly face. It seems the roads are far more dangerous than I was led to believe. We stopped to enjoy the breeze when a crazed brigand came out of nowhere and robbed us. One masked brigand and a pack of horrid beasts she commanded. Frelgotha did everything she could to protect me, bless her heart. But the thief made off with my entire dowry. Now I haven't a napkin ring to present to my future bride. She disappeared into the nearby Firelight Cave. Adventurer, if you can recover my 4 dowry bundles, I promise to make it worth your while. Every scrap of silk and muddy jewel could save me from becoming the laughingstock of Skingrad. It took years to negotiate a fair dowry for the Verdullis family's eldest daughter. To come this close to a life of leisure, only for some flea-infested scoundrel to dash my dreams? Please, search Firelight for my dowry. I beg of you. They are a very powerful mercantile family, and any misstep could spell disaster for my marriage proposal. It's been a grueling year of negotiations between our families. Would you believe I haven't even met my bride-to-be? Absurd, I know, but it's almost more romantic. The tidal forces of commerce leaving us marooned on the shores of love. We've written each other, of course, and beneath the polite formalities, I do believe a moral nurtures a spark of love for me. That's hardly a reason not to get married. My parents built a lumber empire despite hating each other. Of course, without my dowry, none of this matters. Not to press, but even a small portion returned could save my marriage. It took years. They are a very powerful mercantile family. It was horrible being surrounded by snarling beasts. And the brigand, wearing a ghastly mask, I might add, started barking orders at us. It was either I surrender the dowry or forfeit my life. By magic or might, I'm unsure, but yes, they seemed to follow her every command. Once the beasts were between us and the dowry, she swooped in and stole caskets and coffers filled with gems, jewelry, spices, and silks. I need them back. Please, find what you can of my dowry and I'll compensate you handsomely.
And be wary of the Theriker. They aren't to be trifled with.
Nothing good happens in here. I can tell.
What's this? Did my betrothed hire someone to retrieve his dowry? How quaint. You should be warned. My beasts don't like losing their toys, and they do love his shiny gifts. Tread carefully, adventurer. I've had my fill of impish fools with childish dreams. Recover his bit from my hand. What joy can be found in a marriage fueled by coin? Help him if you feel so inclined, but be warned. The beasts of Firelight are ravenous. What use have I for collars of gold and silver? Contracts be damned. I know my worth. The Theriker grow restless. We have that in common. It's time we left these woods behind. I had dreams of being a great warden, you know. But these woods have changed. The land doesn't... Return the dowry to Grander if you wish. I'm leaving all this nonsense behind. I'm certain Grander will wonder whether he was inadequate, unworthy of my love. And he'd be right. I've tamed beasts and monsters.
This is gonna be fun.
Is it over?
fine. I'm not here to fight. My family drama put you in danger. I owe you some answers if you want them. A proper introduction, then. I am Amoro Verdelis, Grander's bride-to-be. You can tell him it was me. I'm certain my betrayal will make for quite the waterworks. I harbor no ill will toward the man. Only what he represents. This contract. It's been years since they've taken any interest in my needs. Why would I care for theirs? They've made it plainly clear I wasn't the daughter they prayed for. Too quick to fight, too tough to bend. And still they tried to force me into shape. He's one of countless pampered nobles that look at these marvelous, newly grown woods and see only a profit to be made. They have no love for its beauty. And nor do I for their greed. So forgive me for not considering what he deserves. Tell him what you will. I'm certain the scandal won't take long to spread. The Verdelis family's wild child finally making for the hills. I only wish I'd done it sooner. And that I could see my mother's face when she realizes what's happened. That's a pity. Tell Grander I have a sister. A sweet little thing eager for love. But warn him no dowry. Do it right. Court her. They need to decide for themselves, not our parents. This cave was once a sanctuary from my parents. Before this wild magic twisted it into something cruel. It was my second home. Filled with beasts with softer smiles than the ones that raised me. Yes, and the creatures that lived within it, driven wild and feral. I did what I could to calm them, tend to their fear. I had hoped to take them with me, to return the favor and save them from this mess. But I acted too late. I'm not sure, and even if I did, I wouldn't tell Grander's hired aide. Just know it will be far away from here, beyond the highlands and the overgrowth. Beyond even the reach of my family's wealth. Farewell, adventurer. Perhaps one day we'll cross paths again.
You've returned in one piece. I hope you gave that brigand what for. You're back? And with my dowry in tow. This is still plenty to impress the Verdalis' eldest daughter and secure her hand. I could kiss you, adventurer. Though I suppose I should save that for my bride-to-be. What's this now? Has word already spread of my ineptitude? My abject failure? Has the Verdalis family already dragged my name through the coals? Please, kind-hearted and dashing adventurer, end your silence and tell me! My? Immoral? What would drive her to steal her own dowry? Surely there must be some misunderstanding. These barbaric acts are far beneath her, let alone the Verdalis family name. At least it explains the warm rush I felt from her commands. Run away. I see. It's strange I find myself so hurt by someone I never met. Who am I to begrudge someone for wanting greener pastures? I hope she finds what she's looking for. I'll be fine. Mother taught us Namarset men to persevere. Well, I don't appreciate the chosen imagery. I get your meaning. Yes. Though the long road to betrothal is a lonely path, I'll gladly walk it. Thank you, traveler. You've earned this gold as well as my deep respect. I wonder what's to become of this dowry. I could save it for my next bride, or perhaps I could invest it in some sort of capital venture. Father rarely loosens the purse strings for my ideas, so this is the perfect time to prove myself. Yes, of course, a delightful woman. In fact, she was the one who often made the ride out to our lumber yards to collect my letters to Immoral. Are you implying that I should marry her instead? What a novel idea! I'll admit to some relief that our arranged marriage is over. I have always been a bit of a romantic, and this merger by way of marriage was less than ideal. Perhaps I will. A proper courtship. If she agrees, of course. Good news! The adventurer retrieved my dowry. We can continue on.